Minecraft Dungeons is a cool new looter dungeon crawler, just like Diablo, except it's made for all ages. I personally love this game right now, and it's really fun, especially with friends. I love all the cool different loot you can find along the way, and the cool different way you can approach the enemies. Like in this one, we use bows and swords. Minecraft Dungeons is especially great with friends. It has so many different challenges and different difficulty levels that it'll always be fun and it will never get stale. The loot is always interesting and unique with cool different abilities and enchantments every time. Welcome to my first impressions of Minecraft Dungeons. After the intro cutscene, the game immediately throws you into the character creator. Here, you choose your skin and later on, when needed, make new characters. Minecraft Dungeons sadly doesn't let us edit our skins, or at least on PS4, but with plenty of skins to choose from, you'll surely find one that you will like. Just to let you know, you can't edit your name. In Minecraft Dungeons, it's really easy to play locally or online. With only a couple clicks of a button, you can already start a match with your friends. So me and my dad grabbed our remotes and started playing. And now, if you were wondering, Minecraft Dungeons does not include matchmaking. So if you want to play with each other, you have to be friends on your PSN account. Minecraft Dungeons storyline is an illager, shunned from his village, corrupted by evil. He seeks revenge on the villagers, but we're here to stop him. In my opinion, the story's not that fantastic, but it doesn't have to be, as the gameplay sure makes up for it. We started off with the tutorial, and we were so shocked that X was a tag. And it also was shocking that up arrow was inventory. Anyways, it might take a while to get used to the controls, but once you do, the smooth gameplay and easy to use controls, it becomes really fun, and as the tutorial only takes 5 to 10 minutes, you'll be in the action in no time. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's one at the bottom left and one at the bottom right. As you can see, there's a big heart and that shows the health, and whenever you get hit, it goes down. Now next to them, you have all your different artifacts, they're called. Artifacts give you a temporary boost or equipment, like for example, there's this one that increases your speed and damage, but there's this other one that can summon creatures that help you out, like a dog. So with artifacts, there's all different types of things. Now, with the bow and arrow over here, you have to find the arrows, and they will deplenish. But arrows are quite easy to find, but I kind of find that annoying. And as you saw there, I pulled back an arrow, but my daddy killed him already. So then you can't cancel the arrow and I wasted one. But later on, if you're playing by yourself, arrows aren't a big deal. But if you have like a group of 4, you will run out of arrows, so keep an eye on that. The loot in Minecraft Dungeons is individual. So let's say one person gets this loot, the other people can't grab it. So that means that there will be no arguing or fighting about who gets the loot. As this game is not split screen, you'll share one screen. And that means the individual loot is recognized by a highlight of each color. Like my health is yellow, so my loot will be highlighted with a yellow beam. Back to the health system. If your health goes all the way down and you're playing by yourself, the game will be over and you have to restart the dungeon, which is quite annoying. But when you're playing with friends, you'll be knocked down and it will activate night mode, which means you gotta save your friends in 30 seconds or mobs will continue spawning. This is a good way because if you die, you're not completely out of the game and your friends can still save you. But in this clip, we don't die, we're too good to die. In Minecraft Dungeons, the way you heal up is by eating food. And as you saw right then, the supply crate, hence the name, gives us supplies and food. Food is either found in supply crates and other pigs and cows, which is so sad, we have to kill them. But that's how you heal. The only other way is by using your health potion, which is kinda an artifact, but you keep it when you start off the game. The health potion is regenerated, so if you use it once, it is not wasted. you just gotta wait a short time period before it regens. Well, not that short. Now here, at the end of every level, there's either a small little wave where the arch-illager spawns, the main bad guy, and summons a bunch of mobs. And usually this is one of the hardest spots. But in some levels, you have like huge bosses with a full-on health bar. Now here's the inventory. Once you level up, you get these things called enchantment points. And you can use them to enchant your weapons. So let's say you find a sword. And once you pick up that sword, it'll have a set of enchantments that it'll have. You can't change these enchantments that you get at first. But if you find another piece of that gear you have, you can see if it has better enchantments. Like this bow starts with Wild Rage and Punch. Now these enchantments can be varied from like ricochet arrows, fire trails for your armor, which is another piece of gear, like thundering, which is a really cool one where it has a chance of summoning lightning. Here you see the yellow for me and blue for my dad. As you just saw now, we found our first actual artifact, one for me and one for my dad. So soon we'll equip them, as you can see right now. Artifacts can do so many things, like one even shoots a laser with high damage and can pierce through many enemies. But this one's an equipable one, and we can attach that to an arrow, which makes a big explosion on the hit. Now on the bottom screen, right above the health potion, you see a number 2. That's our level. In this game, after you kill enemies, you get experience points. And the experience points, if you're playing on co-op, is shared. Now the money you gain if you're playing together is also shared. The money is the green gems, which in Minecraft is emeralds. These emeralds can be later used in the camp to buy different weapons, but usually they're not that great, but sometimes they can give you uniques, which are basically the legendaries of Minecraft dungeons, but more on that later. As you can see, we tried to find many secrets, but the tutorial level doesn't include any. And in the next level we're going to show you, the Creeper Woods has many, and it even has a whole entire branch off, which is really cool, and I personally adds a lot of depth to the game. Now, this is just a home run to the end. Now, after this, we will head to the camp, which is basically the lobby, where you can invite your friends, check out your different armor, sort it out, and also, like I said, buy some new weapons. And this is the end of the first level, the setup camp. So now we unlock the camp. The camp is the home base. Now, before we do that, at the end of every level, you unlock a chest. And I'm almost certain that every time it's an artifact. So now here's the home camp. Here you can select the mission, and after Creeper Woods, you unlocked the merchant, which sells you gear for emeralds. And that's the only thing you can do with emeralds so far, so there's no point in saving it. And sometimes I got a unique. Like in total, I think I got a unique from it like twice or 3 times. The map here, you can change all your difficulties and play any level you want. The higher the difficulty, the better rewards. Creeper Woods is the first actual level we have secrets and other branches. Now, this is one of the levels that start off the base gameplay. Now, as the first one was a tutorial, we can start getting good loot now, different gears rather than just fishing rods, and are free to do what we want. So now we're introduced with a couple zombies at the start, and me and my dad just fend them off right here. The cool thing about this game is when you're playing with co-op, you can go bows, swords, and make different builds even. Like at the moment on my main account, I have a fire archer build, which is really cool. In Minecraft Dungeons, the difficulty scales on the player size and the rewards are also increased on the player size. You can also change the difficulty at the start of each level, and that also changes increases the loot rewards. Now we're in the inventory. So you need to salvage a weapon. So if you find a weapon that's better than your previous weapon, like it has higher damage or is a unique weapon, you spend all your enchantment points on the other weapon. If you salvage them, you may lose that piece of gear, but you get all the enchantment points back. This will happen quite a bit, and this is the main loot loop. So, the main basis of this level is to free all the villagers and then escape. At the moment, we're just trying to chase off all these skeletons. Now, every level is always interesting with randomly generated levels and new mobs, everyone. Like the next level, I'm pretty sure, Soggy Swamp, introduces 2 new mobs. The Slime, and introduces our first actual boss battle. Now, as you can see, we can adventure off the main course of the map to find different secrets and rewards. Although there may be a couple enemies along the way, the reward is always greater with uniques or cool different gear to fit your build. Now in this clip, the chests are always secret, like there. It could only be seen when we venture near there. So it's always useful to check down the map by using the down arrow and try searching every nook and cranny, because you never know where a chest could be. Now just to inform you, loot will get old quite quickly. So let's say you found this unique weapon you really like. It has a cool ability and is perfect for you. But the problem is that when you level up, the loot will get less powerful more, and even the commons that you find, because it's a higher level, it will have much higher damage than your unique, although it doesn't have as cool of ability. Soon you'll find it be too underwhelming that you have to switch to a common. Now, this is one part of the loop of the game, but some people find this annoying and frustrating to refarm everything, but some other players, like me, enjoy it to refarm all the gear so the game never gets old. But I do understand that some people don't like this. Minecraft Dungeons has many well-thought secrets, just like this one. This secret is a little teleport room where you can enter this cave mini dungeon kind of, and it unlocks a whole different level, which I think is really nice from the developers. This adds a lot of replayability, and this means if you can search around for secret places, and who knows, you might unlock a whole new level, which I think is really a cool idea. And if you might be wondering, is the new level short? No, it's filled with content. As you just saw there, I got my first piece of armor. Armor increases your total health, and it also gives some buffs. The buffs can be from a wide range to damage reduction, avoiding damage, summoning auras to help your teammates out. So armor is always special. But personally, I don't really use the enchantments on armor. Now, one thing I also really like about Minecraft Dungeons is how you can drop in, drop out anytime on online co-op. And so you can always just join anybody if you're playing online game mode. So at the start of the game, you can either hop on online or offline. The only downfall about this is that, let's say you're playing with this friend and you just want to play privately. That is not possible unless he is your only friend. Because any friend that you have can just join in your game if it's online. So if you just want to play with that friend, that's not possible. But it makes lots more stuff easier, so you can just hop in your friends' games without hassle of inviting and every other problem. Now, right after we exited the creepy crypt, we used the map. Now, map helps a lot, as sometimes it feels like a maze, and especially as all levels are randomly generated. Now, the thing is that most hardcore players don't like this and feel like it makes the game too easy and is a pathfinding, especially for such a great secret finding game. But the thing is, this game was intended for more casual players, so anyone can have fun with it. And you don't even have to use the map if you want to. You can explore the entire dungeon yourself. But the map helps out a lot of people, and I use it quite a lot. especially as I get lost quite a bit. Now, right after we exited the creepy crypt, we use the map. Now, map helps a lot as sometimes it feels like a maze, and especially as all levels are randomly generated. Now, the thing is that most hardcore players don't like this and feel like it makes the game too easy and it's a pathfinding, especially for such a great secret finding game. But the thing is, this game was intended for more casual players, so anyone can have fun with it. And you don't even have to use the map if you want to. You can explore the entire dungeon yourself. But the map helps out a lot of people, and I use it quite a lot, especially as I get lost quite a bit. Unlike many ARPGs, this game does not include classes. So there's no mage, no archer, no sword class. The class is mainly up to you, decided on your gear and your weapons. Now, the main way to make a strong build or a really powerful class is by enchanting your gear and finding cool uniques. Now, as you can guess, enchantments go better with some weapons. So like, there might be this enchantment, Poison Cloud, might do perfect for your build because you hit so fast that poison clouds appear everywhere. But Poison Cloud wouldn't be as good on a short firing weapon that is high damage but can hit rarely, so poison clouds don't appear. So different enchantments depend on different abilities, and then decides your build outcome. Now, let's say my build. I like doing this fire archer build. My armor is a fire suit. I don't know what its name is. That damages enemies close to me. So when I'm bowing people down, they can't get to me. Well, they can, but they take damage. Now, my main weapon is this bow that shoots like either 2 or 6 arrows at a time, which is amazing. So, since I have this artifact, which is also another important thing to create builds, my artifact shoots out fire arrows. And because I shoot so many arrows and it only consumes 1 arrow, I can shoot like 7 fire arrows, which for me is basically like 100 fire arrows, which damage many enemies at once. Now, this wouldn't be possible if I didn't have an enchantment, multi-shot, which allows me to have multiple enchantments. And my build would be nowhere near as powerful if I had something else like Poison Cloud, for example, on a bow, which I don't even know if it's possible. But anyways, so you can see how different enchantments pair up with different weapons. So be mindful about that. And who knows, if you think about it long enough, you might come up with the most powerful build in the game. For me, Minecraft Dungeons never got boring. Mostly because of all the different ways to approach enemies, new loot all the time, and mostly just having fun with my friends. That's what kept me playing. Now, with each new different mobs with different ways to approach them, like fire people that can shoot, set fire beneath your shields, which we had to think of a whole new plan because of that. But all these little details, I think, what makes the game really interesting. Now, Minecraft Dungeons is really fresh and new, and is going to get lots of updates. Now, I personally think this game will keep me interested for a long time, especially with DLCs. And I just think the new loot and all the different ways you can make builds or just play with your friends in general is so fun. There are even different difficulties that make the game much harder, and it usually takes quite a bit of grinding to even attempt to do it because it's so hard. And always trying to get new loot to achieve those levels always feels great, especially when you complete them. And you even get better loot, so win-win. Each level has its own mission. Like this one is to free all the villagers. They all have to do something with the Arch Illager, the main bad guy in the game. But this makes it much better, as instead of just hacking and slashing away at all the enemies, there's an actual purpose, and also sometimes changes up the gameplay a bit. Sometimes it's freeing villages, boss battles, and other tasks you can do, which is rather than just fighting mobs the whole time. This is really cool, and I just think it adds a whole new element to the game. Now, one part of the game is grinding. This game is a tad bit grindy, and some people don't like the fact that they have to spend some time gathering loot and not doing stuff that they really enjoy. Personally, I'm used to these type of games and actually quite like it, but not so many people like this. And if you don't like this, maybe this game won't be for you. But the grinding element is not that big, and I think it's just a whole part of the game, and it's actually quite fun doing all the levels again, especially with randomly generated levels and different mobs and different layouts every time. So personally, I think they did quite well, and it doesn't really feel that much grinding if you're playing with some friends, and usually the levels look totally different sometimes. So if that's what you hate, maybe step off this game. Now, as you can see, we only have one more villager, and we just saved him. So now we gotta find the exit. Basically, every level ends off with finding an exit to the place, and sometimes even unlocks a new level, but I think that only occurs once. So basically, we just gotta walk back to the very end of the map. Sometimes there might be quite a few mobs on the way, but usually it's a straight walk, and you might occur some spawning villages before you arrive there, but it'll end up at the end of the level, and you arrive the door. Sometimes there'll be a door or some other object that suits the level, and then after that the level is finished, and you can there's this chest that gives you usually an artifact. I've never seen anything else come out from it actually. Now here is the final walkthrough before we hit the exit. So now it seems like a normal path, but mobs come here and even more mobs spawn. Now this isn't usually that tough, but it just has the final exit, and you can even run past all of them if you want. Now we just found a chest over there. We're just gonna go collect it. Oh, maybe not my dad. And then basically the level's over now, and after we click that, if any person clicks on it in online or local, the game will just end, and you'll get a chest at the end of the level.
These villages are free from the clasp of the illagers, all thanks to you.
So now we're returning to camp, where we can sell all of our unwanted gear for emeralds, salvage it, and then we can usually I trade with the blacksmith, get some really good uniques out of it, but artifacts can also be helpful later on when you're trying to develop your build. Now here's the final chest at the end of the level, and we got 2 death cap mushrooms. I hope you guys enjoyed, and like and subscribe. Bye!